Good morning, everyone. Hey, I wanted to give you an update on the Nomadic Troubadour channel. Maybe some of you know, some of you don't know, but I did arrive back home at my home in Georgia, late August. I think it was the 23rd. 14,052 miles, 175 days on the road. Um, Unfortunately, 2 days after I got home, I had a flood in this room here, which was a 500 square foot converted garage space that was carpeted. Never really did much with this space when I bought this house, but since it got flooded and the carpet was destroyed, it was a good opportunity to turn this room into what I always wanted it to be, was a music studio. So I went about getting crazy involved in this, doing a tongue and groove ceiling and some lights. So I'm working from the ceiling down since I'm going to give this room a complete makeover. And then in doing so, I had a deadline in mind, which put the videos on hold. I wanted to get this ceiling in by the 30th because I also developed a small hernia on the road. The last 3 months, I had a dollar-sized bump on my stomach, and I had scheduled hernia surgery on the 30th of October, and really just wanted to get this ceiling behind me so I wouldn't be tempted to do things I shouldn't do. I had the surgery on the 30th. I believe today is the 2nd of October, so it was 2 or 3 days ago. Still a little sore. Feel like I've been in a knife fight. Yeah, a little crazy, but they say don't do anything crazy for 2 to 3 days, but then nothing too active for 4 to 6 weeks. So that's what's going on. So yeah, the good news is once this pain finally subsides enough where I can function doing anything, I'll probably use this time to really dive into these videos and get back up to speed. Right now I'm in Seattle time. The next video will be visiting some of my best friends that I've had for years, and at McKee's Beach in Seattle, and then I make the turn east and start the long trek home. I realize this might be anticlimactic, except some of you know that I'm already home, but there's some good stuff left to see. So hang with me, stick with me. Hope I get well soon, and yeah, talk to you in a bit. I'll give you a view of the ceiling here right now. So there's the finished ceiling. Came out really well. Got 12 pot lights. Probably gonna put a big fan here in the center. My music console, desk, and software will be here along with my piano. I'll leave this little pocket for performing. Probably a small little two chair right against this wall. 2 chairs and maybe just a small little 35-inch that you can sit here and watch that, kind of like a couple smoking chairs. In this corner where I have the gravity table will be my dad's 1890 to 1910 Florence hot blast coal stove that I'm hoping to go get. The dartboard will probably stay in place. Most of this area in the middle will be open just for jam space. But yeah, this is what we're looking at today. And she's coming along. The ceiling was a lot of work. So again, thanks Atif, thanks Patrick, thanks Tom Cobb, and Chuck. My buddy Chuck helped me put the lights in on the last day, the 29th, right before surgery. So accomplished the goal of getting it done before surgery. Now it's just trying to keep myself from doing anything stupid and just relax like the doctor says. Cheers all. Hello kids, been a while since I did a live update. So I left the Oregon coast this morning, some town called Yaktaz, something like that.
don't know how it was pronounced. Beautiful little harbor town. Not even a harbor town, just a little seascape, rock outcroppings, and just pretty cool. Kind of fallen in love with Oregon. I like Oregon. It's green. It's cool. You get that fog on the coast in the morning, then the sun breaks out. Yeah, I could see. I guess I've always liked the Northwest, and I'm going to visit my friends in Seattle here in probably another week or so, or maybe less. But this, I'm getting that same vibe, and I loved it there. I mean, there's hiking, there's fishing, there's water sports, kayaking, there's skiing, there's everything's here. Just that I'm not that young anymore. Anywho, I'm about an hour out of Portland. My time in Portland was a ways back. I did a little short stint for Freightliner truck, really short stint. But my friend Angie back in Wichita's got a friend that I guess just moved here, and I guess her friend likes to hike with her dog. So I'm hooking up with her. Her name is Jane, and we're gonna go out tonight with her friends and have some drinks, and hopefully get a hike in tomorrow, and then back on the road probably Sunday for headed to my friends in Seattle. And for those of you who are friends of mine, Lido, Cope, Miss Hankins, of course the people at McKee's, you know I'm coming to see you. Here I come. So anyways, just at a rest area here off I-5, about an hour south of Portland, having some lunch, scrub a little time, and yeah, that's the update. Videos coming maybe soon. Yeah, later, bye. First night I went out in a little town called Gresham with these three beauties. That's Jane on the left, Jamie in the middle, and Selena on the right. As you can see here, Jamie and Selena got a little bit into the old black velvet. If you please. That other bike that you showed me had that on it. And of course, Jane adds her 2 cents. In the morning, Jane and I and Selena and her 2 boys took a hike along the Columbia River. And we took the dog Zoe as well. But in the evening, it was back to shenanigans for the crowd. And we wound it up one last time before I had to leave in the morning. Both my stints at Boeing, which were 10 years apart, I managed to secure a small beach house rental on this beach. And the first time, the people on the beach, gosh, they just made me feel like family. And I visited, I think, multiple summers after that for quite some time. The last time I was here was actually when I proposed to my ex-wife. That was at least 14, 15 years ago. But headed up to McKee's right now. On the Tulalip Road. What a white knuckle ride from Portland, Oregon through Seattle on the I-5. That's probably the thickest traffic and the most, yeah, that was not a fun drive. Plus it's hotter than fuck today. And here we go, McKee's Beach. McKee's Beach. How do I explain it? Landed here over 30 years ago on a contract gig for Boeing. Was having breakfast at a little place. I think they called this the Wooden Nickel. The Wooden Nickel was a little paper rag, like you'd have places for rent or trying to sell your car or parts or whatever, a couch or whatever. It was kind of like Craigslist, but they came out with this little. I think it was called the Wooden Nickel. Anyways, I saw an ad for a beach house and north of Everett. So I look it up on my map, and not Google Maps. We didn't have that then. Um, and I kind of map it. It's only 20 some miles. I can do that. Well, I didn't know nothing about Seattle traffic, but it didn't really matter. When I got to this little beach house, I fell in love with it right away. It was just a cinder block cabin with a big fireplace in it, a couple of electric baseboard plug-in heaters, like almost wall heaters for like the bathroom and the master bed. Other than that, you had to keep a fire going in the wintertime, and man, I loved it. It was a true cabin. Most of the people here have these all started as cabins way back in the 40s. And of course, most of the people, because the property got so expensive, because it's waterfront right on Puget Sound, that they started to get taxed out and had to make a decision whether they kept their inland home or the cottage. Most moved to the cottage, somehow navigated the political system to get upgrades and rebuilt or raised. This place is flooded. I was flooded back in the day. They sandbag in the winter. You don't think so, but that tide will come up, and if you get the right wind coming right through Camino Bay, it hits here and it hits like a ton of bricks. Obviously, these things didn't get chucked around by what we're seeing out there right now. So, in short, that's it. Cliff and Donna immediately took me under their wing day one. For 2 years, I probably had a million dinners over there. And I've been able to come back. 10 years later, I had another chance to do a Boeing gig. Called Donna up, asked if there were any houses for rent. She navigated me through some owner there, and I ended up renting a house 2 doors down from the one I rented originally, and that was another great stint. So both my times in Seattle probably slightly skewed, not so much because of the Boeing work, but because I lived here, and really don't even know downtown Seattle because I never wanted to leave here. Anyways, this is McKee's Beach. It's a very important part of my life. It reaches out and gives me a warm hug. It really does. It always feels like home, no matter how long I've been away. And I'm always treated like a neighbor, no matter how long I've been away. And then you just have this pile of, these driftwoods have been thrown ashore on a storm. That tide will come up so high, it's just washing, and that's what either these trees collapse or they float in from some other place that collapsed, and they get washed ashore and they just get bleached out. And these things are not small. I don't know if you can get a sense of scale, but these things are freaking monsters. So yeah, then it just opens up to the beach, and you got the tidal and that little pine tree that sticks out there. I guess there used to be 2 of them. I never knew, even 30 years ago, there weren't 2 of them, but they always called it Two Tree Point. And so that was the place if you wanted some privacy with your gal, or you wanted a small party, maybe you're gonna yuck it up a little bit more, you go down there and you'd start a bonfire right around the corner from Two Tree Point. There's no homes there. Obviously a plethora of wood to choose from.
And I even built a bed out of this driftwood that I still sleep on today.
Also on this beach that I learned clam digging. Not only was there great Dungeness crab in this bay, but also clams, butter clams, and I believe just the razor clams, I think they call them. And then, kids or / adults, you find these things on the beach until they get torn down by the next storm that may wash up higher than this, but you'll find little structures for chilling with your gal, or sharing a bottle of wine, or sunbathing naked, I don't know.
I'd like to thank Cliff and Donna for having me at their place. And even though I didn't stay with them, because they had some visitors, I did have breakfast and dinner there every day. And my God, do they make incredible meals. Um, it's amazing how 15 years can go by and yet everything still just falls into place like it was yesterday. So thank you very much, Cliff and Donna. I also want to take this time to thank Jane in Portland for putting me up in her place and letting me spend a couple days with her and her friends. What a gesture to a complete stranger. It takes a special person to allow a complete stranger to stay in her home. And I also want to thank Nick Corticas. Nick has a place here on the beach that he Airbnbs. He has let me stay at his place in lieu of sleeping in my camper. It's nice to have a home base, do a little recording, and do a little video editing, and have a nice stand-up shower. So I appreciate it, Nick. And I'm going to give you a quick look at his place right here.
Nick Corticas is like, man, he is a king of feng shui, man. This place is badass. I'm just gonna try to take a snippet of all the I guess the nautical decorations that all these people do down here, but Nick just takes it to another level. He's just really good at this. So I'll try to give you a quick look at his cabin. This is his cabin from the outside. It probably ain't even 800 square feet, but it's the little things like, you know, the squid sculpture. And as you come in, I remember when he built this thing or was rebuilding it, you know, he's got the salmon heads for you know, rafters. Everything's crab beach. You know, door knocker is a fish. You know, it's crazy. Where do you find this stuff? And then you come in, and he's got this. He's got this log from the beach that he's obviously stained, and it's got signs on there, you know, crabs live here. The one I really like is this dude right here. I mean, it just takes the time to inset that face into a knot in the wood. There's just see things everywhere. Whale hooks or whale fins for, you know, hat hooks. It's just beautiful. Dungeness crab bites, big salmon on the wall. And this goes out throughout the whole place. As you can see up here, it's all probably found. This driftwood's probably found on the beach. He's just a true artist. Just really good. And this is his backyard, where he's got a beautiful sitting area. And even little things like the beer bottles, the blue beer bottles on the shed. I think that's really clever. One of the things that I did 25 years ago, this beach has always been in turmoil from the old people who were original owners here on the beach to the new people who would just kind of come in with money and bought it. And when I was here, the beach was in turmoil between, you know, those two groups of people, and I ended up having the first annual McKee's Beach biggest crab contest. One day event. Everybody was a potluck. We measured the crab and gave out prizes, and there's a trophy. And I implemented that, gosh, 25 years ago. But Nick Corticas, this guy who owns this place, has taken it over, and he's been running it for all the years since. And what he showed me the other day in his shed here is he has documented all the winners over the years. 2015, you know, the size, who won, the size of the crab. I think the biggest one we got up here on the board is Casey Kent in 2018 and at 7.560 inches. 6.25 is legal. That is your legal size. So these are inch and a little over inch and a quarter over legal. But I just thought that was clever how he's done that with all the winning crab. Over the years, he's kept the shells and marked them.
All in all, I spent 7 full days at McKee's Beach visiting my friends. What a great break. What a great 7-day retreat. Couldn't have had a better time. Couldn't have asked for better meals and better hospitality. I thank you all. From here, I will now make the turn east and head for the long trek home. Still plenty to see along the way, so I want to apologize for getting behind on these videos. My intent is to fully finish these, and stick with me and like and subscribe. Cheers.